Okay, as I said, another quarter, another set of CCI edits. They keep us on our toes. They change it every 3 months so that we never really know what we're doing unless we have tools to help us. So here is Supercoder. You could actually set it to be auto-tabbed or comma separated, and you make something make it default. And what that means is comma separated is you just have one box, and you just enter your CPT codes that you're checking for bundling with a comma in between all of them. So here is one where I did an ENT bundling because I just wanted to pick something that I can show you the different features of it right off the bat, where the physician says in their op note that they did a diagnostic nasal endoscopy, a balloon sinus dilation of the maxillary sinus on one side. He did a maxillary enterostomy with removal of tissue on the other side. He did a sphenoidotomy on one side. He did a sphenoidotomy with removal of tissue on the other side. So I entered those codes. I also, on the top, as you see, I told you you can check this current version, or you can click on this, and you can get back all the way back to the beginning of 2012, last year. So when you're working with refund requests or old payments, you can see what bundles existed then versus what bundles exist now. So I'm staying with the current CCI. Here's where you've got your fee schedule. I've got it set to national, but if I wanted to check, because I'm in New Jersey, I could go here and I can set this, let's say, northern New Jersey. I can also make that a default if I want. And then I can also set this to non-facility, which is office, facility, which is in an OR or ASC, and I can set that to a default if I would like. So when I put these codes in and I do a CCI check on it, it then comes up in CCI order, and it shows me that 31267, 31288 are not bundled. That's why they're green. 31287 is actually bundled with 31288, but it's orange, and it tells me a modifier can be used. And since I just told you that one is done in the left sinus, one is done in the right sinus, I can use the 59 modifier to indicate they were done at separate sites. And then as I go down, it's going to tell me 31295 is also bundled with 31267, but a modifier is allowed to differentiate between the services. Well, I told you that 31267 was done on one side and 31295 was done on the other side. So again, I can use a modifier. And then 31231, as you see, this is orange, this is red. This tells me that 31231 is, and by the way, this makes sense because it's a separate procedure. This is a column 2 code for everything. And it also being red, it's telling me it cannot be unbundled any which way, no matter what. So this one is crossed out. I cannot use it. Now, if you see the fee schedules, all of this, because I said I was using facility, it's order based on facility, and I've got my fee schedules on the facility, and it shows me both national and it's showing me both my RVUs and my fee schedules. Isn't that nice? And then also what I could do is I go, wait a minute, I don't understand this. Are there any articles that have been written about this? I can click this, and this will show me all the articles that have been written about this, and I can access them right here. I can see, are there any CPT assistants if you buy that? By the way, that's an extra charge because AMA charges them. And I can go and click this and look at what articles exist about that's related to this code. And then, although there is a whole separate page that has the lay term for this code, instead of having to go to another screen to look up that lay term, I can actually click on this and get my lay term right here. Everything right here on my CCI checker so that I can see everything right on front of me, right on this page, the things that I'm going to want to see most often right here in one place. Now, I need to show my doctor because he keeps wanting to code that 31231 all the time, and I can't have that coded. So I can now, as you see on the top right here, it says download CCI edit check report. I click that, and it's going to give me an option to either save the file or open it with Adobe Acrobat. And when I click on that, it's going to do a little bit of work, a little bit of calculation, and blah, 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 blah. All downloads have completed. And this is my computer being slow, not CCI. And here it is. And it shows me the color key, and it shows all the information, and I can bring this to my doctor and show him. I can also, I now crossed off a 31231. I can use this as a charge ticket. I can print this out, and I can just put a -RT next to the 31267, a -RT on the 31288, a -59LT next to the 31287, and a 31295, a -59-LT next to that, and I can hand the copy of this to, and also write in my diagnoses because that doesn't show up here, and I can hand this to my charge entry people and use this as a charge entry tool. I can also now save this into my EHR as to show from a compliance perspective that I have done my CCI check. So if anyone goes back and audits me for CCI, whether I'm doing any unbundling or not, this has been saved with the documentation to show that the CCI has been checked. If I still use paper charts, I can now print this to paper and save this in the paper chart to show that I have done my CCI checks. This is great. I love it. But that's me. But I think most of you would see all the benefits that I see here. So there are other functionalities within SuperCoder. This is just the CCI checker part of SuperCoder. I hope you find this as interesting and useful as I do. So just to show you, here's the comma delimited. If I had checked this to be auto-tabbed, this is what it would look like. And I'd get the boxes. And you see here I can put the number of codes, and it's set to 9 right now, but I could go all the way up to 25 codes. But by the way, I have it set to 25 codes. If I just put in 31231, it automatically, by the way, jumps. I don't have to hit tab. It's auto-tabbed. And then I hit 31, oops. Well, I have to type right. 31287, 31288, 31295, 31267. And I'm done. It's jumping to the next one. Doesn't matter. If I hit CCI check, it's not going to stop me because I didn't fill out all 25 boxes. I'm cool. So if I could say, if I was doing something, I'd say, I think I have 7 codes, but I'm not sure. As long as you pick enough boxes more than what you think you have, you're fine because it doesn't force you to fill in every box, and you get your CCI edit check for right here. So this is a very, very cool. Now, you may ask, why did also, before when we looked at this, 31267 was the top code. And when I just did the same exact thing, all of a sudden 31295 is the top code. Why did that happen? And the reason that happened is I didn't set the facility was my location. And it so happens that 31295 has a huge RVUs if done in the office. So because I didn't default this to facility, it defaulted to the non-facility, and in the non-facility, the highest RVUs would be 31295. As you see, 31295, a balloon sinus dilation, because the cost of the balloons are so high, and it includes that in the RVUs. The RVUs are so high, it actually has a cost of $2,229.87, or 65.54 RVUs. So as you see, because I didn't default this to a non-facility, the 31295 came on top. But if I had set this to a facility and now hit CCI check, look what happens. The 31267 all of a sudden comes up top, because now the 31295 only has 4.98 RVUs. What a big difference. And what great information that's being provided me. I mean, this is amazing. This is such a great tool and so quick and easy to use. So I hope you found this interesting. Let's go back to our PowerPoint. You can go to www.supercoder.com/exclusive/webinars to download this PDF. To get your CEU, if you're a live attendee, you'll be sent an email with a link to download the CEU certificate. On-demand listeners who are supercoder.com subscribers, you can take a quiz that are located on www.supercoder.com/exclusive/archive-webinars to get your AAPC 1 CEU certificate. Now, I hope you found that this time was well spent, both from an educational point of view as well as earning a CEU certificate point of view. I enjoyed spending this time with you, and if you have any questions about SuperCoder,